The council chamber of the Galactic Dominion was lit in cold blue, sterile light. Hollow screens flicker with charts, statistics, and casualty tallies that would have made most species ill. To the Dominion High Command, they were only numbers, proof of efficiency. The report delivered that morning was already spreading across the room like wildfire. Operation Purge is complete, the Dominion Fleet Marshal announced, his voice measured, devoid of triumph. 17 human colonies erased. Civilian population neutralized. Estimated total, 99 million deaths. No gasps followed. No sorrow. The chamber filled instead with a low rumble of approval. Alien mandibles clacking. Scaled hands rapping against the obsidian table in rhythm. 99 million lives gone, and the architects of genocide treated it as little more than a fiscal report. One younger officer broke the silence, his voice hesitant. And what a retaliation. The humans are primitive, an elder general interrupted, drawing laughter from the others. A fractured species bound to one backwater planet. They do not have the fleets, nor the will. They break easily. The chamber buzzed with amusement. Someone mocked the humans' stubborn resilience, recalling how they clung to dirt even when superior weapons leveled their cities. The younger officer lowered his gaze, cowed. No one here feared the humans. Not yet. Far across the void, Earth reeled under the weight of its wound. Refugee ships limped into orbit, hulls scarred and scorched, carrying the few who had escaped the carnage. They brought with them stories no one wanted to believe. Entire cities vaporized in a flash. Families vacuumed into the void, children screaming in silence before the cold took them. Broadcasts poured across the planet. Burning colonies, endless corpses drifting through broken habitats. It was the kind of grief that united enemies and silenced politics. Within hours, the United Earth Government convened in a fortified chamber beneath Geneva. There were no debates this time, no squabbles between old rivals. Presidents, generals, and ministers sat shoulder to shoulder, their faces hollowed by grief and rage. They slaughtered 99 million of our people, one minister said, voice shaking. That's not war. That's extermination. A silence heavy as stone fell across the table. For years, humanity had fought for recognition, clawed its way into the galactic stage, begged for peace with empires that dismissed them as vermin. Now, with 99 million dead, peace was ash. Finally, a general spoke, his tone flat, as though uttering a fact too grim to embellish. Then we do what we swore never to do. If they massacred 99 million of ours, we unleashed the two they fear most. The room stiffened. Some shifted uneasily. Others closed their eyes as if in prayer. The words were more than a decision. They were a summons. The names hung, unspoken, until someone whispered them aloud. The American Boogeyman. The Baba Yaga. To the Dominion, they were ghost stories whispered among captured soldiers. To Earth, they were living weapons long buried, shadows drawn from decades of endless conflict, myths given flesh. The Boogeyman had no real name. Records of him were scrubbed, identities burned, his existence preserved only in the trembling testimonies of enemies who swore he could not be human. He moved unseen, struck without mercy, left only silence and fear behind. Entire insurgent networks had once vanished overnight, their corpses staged in grotesque tableaus that sent a message louder than words. Nowhere was safe. Even Earth's allies had begged that he be retired, for his war was one of terror, not honor. The Baba Yaga, by contrast, was fire made flesh. Russian-born, raised in war, scarred in body and spirit. She had commanded campaigns where the odds were unwinnable, and still walked away victorious. Ruthless, brilliant, a strategist who broke armies with fewer men, fewer ships, and nothing but sheer brutality of will. Her soldiers called her Mother of Iron. Her enemies, whispering in fear, named her the Baba Yaga, the witch who would not die. And now, both were being recalled. Vaults long sealed were opened, deep beneath mountain ranges. Steel doors screamed as they unlocked to reveal weapons Earth had sworn never to use. Prototype stealth cruisers. Forbidden AIs stripped of ethical limiters. Railguns capable of cracking dreadnoughts. War machines humanity had built in desperation but hidden in shame. The two demons walked those halls, overseeing the resurrection of tools crafted for genocide. Soldiers handpicked by them lined up, men whose eyes showed no fear of death, only fury. They did not ask for survival. They asked only to be sent. The Dominion wanted war, the Boogeyman said quietly as he sharpened a combat knife under dim light. His face was unreadable, his voice soft and cold. We'll show them what war truly means. The Baba Yaga smiled, a thin, scarred smile that carried no warmth. They wanted to erase us, she said. Instead, we will erase the idea that they were ever mighty. Back in the stars, Dominion patrols began to notice strange silences. Human colonies, once bustling, were abandoned. Long-range sensors picked up nothing. No fleets. No transmissions. No resistance. Just a chilling emptiness, as if the humans had vanished. But whispers grew in the dark. Ships lost without warning. Crews found butchered, their vessels adrift with messages carved into their walls. For the 99 million. The Dominion's bravest commanders laughed it off. Superstitions, they said, ghost tales from primitives. Yet their soldiers grew restless, uneasy, whispering one word again and again, demons. And as fear spread like infection, the Dominion's fleets began to realize too late what Earth had unleashed. In the silence of the void, humanity sharpened its teeth. The Dominion flagship drifted in quiet orbit above a captured human colony, its decks buzzing with routine. Officers reviewed patrol reports. Engineers monitored power relays. Guards walked their rounds. Everything seemed calm until the lights flickered. At first it was nothing. A brief surge in the power grid, quickly dismissed. Then the shadows lengthened. Whole corridors went black. Comms stuttered and died. Within minutes, the flagship, pride of a fleet, was reduced to silence. One patrol vanished. Then another. Guards found their comrades in a corridor, their helmets cracked open, eyes gouged out, blood spelling words across the walls in jagged strokes. For the 99 million. Panic spread. Orders barked over emergency channels were met with static. Every alien officer felt the prickle of unseen eyes. A young recruit swore he saw movement, something slipping between shadows too fast to track. Then his throat opened, silently, and he fell. The Boogeyman had arrived. He moved like absence itself, striking in silence, leaving bodies behind as grotesque warnings. Entire squads froze in terror, unable to fire for fear of hitting their own. One by one they fell, throats cut, necks broken, blades sliding where plasma rifles could not. For every alien that screamed, 3 more vanished before sound left their lips. On another front, terror took a different form. In the void beyond the colony, stealth cruisers shimmered into existence, their hulls blacker than the abyss. They opened fire in a coordinated storm, railgun slugs tearing through Dominion cruisers like paper. No warning, no declaration, just fire from the dark. At the heart of it, the Baba Yaga stood at command, her scarred face bathed in the red glow of battle displays. Her orders were ruthless, efficient, merciless. Target the engines first. Leave them stranded before we gut them. Her fleet struck like wolves. They rammed ships when ammunition ran low. They captured Dominion weapons only to overload their cores and hurl them back at their makers. Nothing was wasted, nothing was spared. Dominion formations, once proud and disciplined, shattered into chaos. Alien commanders screamed for reinforcements. They sent wave after wave against the humans, and wave after wave died. Where the Boogeyman sowed fear in silence, the Baba Yaga made fear loud, broadcasting Dominion screams across open comms, letting every alien within 10 systems hear their empire break. Her soldiers taunted survivors, whispering the witches here in their own tongue. The Dominion began to fracture. Propaganda crumbled. Soldiers deserted rather than face the humans. Captains abandoned their posts, mutiny spreading like rot. Civilian worlds began whispering, perhaps we should not have awakened Earth, but whispers could not stop what came next. The demons turned their eyes toward the Dominion's capital. The Boogeyman infiltrated first. No alarms tripped. No defenses stopped him. Within a single night, every minister of the High Council was found dead in their chambers. Throats slit, bodies arranged in mock parliaments around their own obsidian table. On the walls, carved deep with their own blood, were words in human script. Remember the 99 million. As dawn rose over the Dominion homeworld, the Baba Yaga's fleet descended. The Empire's Grand Armada assembled to defend its cradle. It had been centuries since anyone dared challenge them here. Their ships gleamed, 1,000 strong, an image of unstoppable might. Then the witch tore them apart. Her fleet moved like predators, cutting apart command ships first, targeting supply lines, collapsing entire formations in minutes. When Dominion admirals expected retreat, she advanced. When they prepared to flank, she was already behind them. Every counter was anticipated, every move punished. By the battle's end, the greatest fleet in galactic history was wreckage and flame. The surrender was unconditional. Broken alien leaders signed their names in trembling hands, forced to kneel before the two humans they had called myths. The boogeyman stood in silence. The Baba Yaga watched with eyes like iron. For every human slaughtered, 10 Dominion soldiers now lay dead. For every city burned, a dozen alien worlds were left in ruin. Vengeance was complete, though the grief would never fade. When the smoke cleared, Earth's allies asked the same question. Asterisk, will the demons rest now? Asterisk, but Earth gave no answer. The boogeyman vanished, slipping back into myth. The Baba Yaga disappeared into shadows, leaving only silence behind her. And across the stars, one truth took root. You may massacre millions, but never forget, when Earth unleashes its demons, they do not stop until the galaxy trembles.